Godzilla 3 Titan War will not be what you expect. Let's see what film royalty has to say about this and check this out.
With 36 movies so far, the Godzilla movie franchise is no doubt one of the biggest and longest living in cinematic history. After the success of the 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong movie, fans are constantly asking whether there will be another movie. Will it be a sequel to Godzilla 2? Or will we see another clash between the two biggest MonsterVerse titans? Well, stay with us in the next couple of minutes and find out. Let's first make a quick recap of how things stand right now and where the MonsterVerse universe left us last time. Starting in 2014, a whole new era began in the world of the king of all monsters. I can say a real renaissance. It all started with the first Godzilla movie, which was a successful starting point for what happened in the next few years. The big lizard was there to protect humanity when the world was once again attacked by many evil creatures. The mighty monster succeeded in his mission, and then, after that, it retreated into the deep waters of the ocean. The numbers which the movie made in revenue were more than great. With a budget of $160 million, Godzilla grossed over $529 million worldwide, which was more than enough for a sequel to be released in 2019. And when everybody expected that the next movie would even surpass the previous one, a real disaster happened. Even with some bigger names in the cast, like Kyle Chandler and Vera Farmiga, the movie didn't manage to even double the numbers spent for filming into revenue. The people in Warner Bros. Studios were probably furious after they spent almost $200 million for filming, and the movie grossed only $386 million. It was too little too late when they realized that maybe it was better if Godzilla stayed underwater for a little more time. Even though the movie had some positive things in it, like the visual effects and the music, it was also praised for its cinematography. But it suffered high critics for the story and the characters. Looking from this point, this was only one bad episode for every MonsterVerse fan, given what came next in the franchise. Logically, fans were expecting another sequel, a movie that would complete the trilogy. But instead of that, something better came. It was the clash between the two biggest monsters in the MonsterVerse universe, the battle between the titans, Godzilla and Kong. And if you still haven't seen the movie, hit that like button below the video right now. No, really. If you still haven't seen the movie, you probably are asking yourself how these two human-protecting monsters came to battle against each other. Well, it was like this. Between the two Godzilla movies, Warner Bros. Released one more huge hit, where Kong had his adventure in a Skull Island movie. While Godzilla was swimming around the ocean, Kong was on his way to find his home. But suddenly, their paths will cross, and that was it. The biggest fight that the world has ever seen before started. Now the mighty lizard who was previously protecting humanity is destroying everything that will come in its path. I won't spend any more time retelling the whole story. I'll only let you know that even in a pandemic period, the movie managed to gross over $468 million, and it became the 8th highest grossing film in 2021. And now, when the franchise is revived once again, fans are hungry to hear more about what's next in this mythical monster world. And yes, there is some big news I'd like to share with you. Actually, there are 2 big things to share with you. Or maybe 3. The first one isn't connected with the MonsterVerse, and it's coming from Toho Studios, where director Takashi Yamakaze is preparing for the premiere of the new Godzilla movie. The whole thing behind the movie is kept under wraps right now, and we only know that it will be released on November 3rd of 2023 as the 37th installment in the Godzilla franchise and the 30th live-action Toho project for Godzilla. I also found out that the legendary lizard will also return for some more destruction in the MonsterVerse as well. It won't be another solo movie, but another clash between the two titans. The details for the project are now slowly coming to the surface, and we found out that Dan Stevens will take the leading bat. He'll reunite with Adam Wingard, the director from The Guest. If we can believe what YM Cinema wrote last year, The production for the movie is already wrapped, and the movie is planned to hit theaters on March 15th, 2024. According to the information, the principal photography for the movie took place in Gold Coast, Queensland, and the filming was finished in Australia. I suppose this is the biggest news for every avid MonsterVerse fan, and that's why we'll talk a little bit more about this movie further in the video. But before that, smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video. No, really, you probably will be thrilled to hear that the franchise will also be enriched with a TV series for Apple TV+. It's a father-son duo series that includes Curtin Wyatt Russell, and it is titled Godzilla and the Titans. The series will portray the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that will leave San Francisco leveled. According to the synopsis, the plot will explore the journey of one family, which will try to uncover their buried secrets. Alongside Curtin Wyatt, the cast also includes some interesting names, like Rin Watanabe, Elisa Lasowski, and Anna Sawai. But as interesting as this sounds, you're probably wondering who will be taking part in the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel. There are some familiar names from the previous movie that are coming to reprise their roles. Rebecca Hall and Brian Tyree Henry are back as Eileen Andrews and Bernie Hayes. I already told you that Dan Stevens is in the cast, but his role is yet to be revealed. The orphan girl Gia, who was portrayed by the cute Kaylee Huddle, and who accompanied Kong in the previous movie, is also among the names for the sequel. There is a whole list of other new names that will take part in the movie, but as time is passing, probably more will be revealed. Now, let's see what kind of story the next MonsterVerse movie could bring to the big screens. While Godzilla 3 hasn't been officially announced by Warner Bros., we can now talk about the sequel for Godzilla vs. Kong. According to the director Adam Wingard, the Titans will have some company now. We already met him, but this time, this creature will play a bigger role. That's the smiling, hollow earth lizard Titanus Dunk, which, according to Wingard, will have a lot to give in the MonsterVerse. There are some leaks that we could see Godzilla and Kong united this time. There will be maybe some clash between them at the beginning, but they probably will join forces against other Hollow Earth monsters. We already know that the depths of Hollow Earth are endless, and who knows what kind of threat against humanity could reach the surface. Some of the fans on the blogs are speculating that we could see a historical clash between Godzilla and Kong on one side, and the real Hollow Earth King, Caesar. Even though they are mighty and super strong, a mission like this could be a big bite, even for them. Put in a position like this, our human-protecting monsters could have help from other creatures, like Angurius, or even Rodan. There is also a theory that fans could meet Kong's son, and that this movie could be a perfect way to introduce him to the MonsterVerse universe. According to the press release, the sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong will explore the history of these titans, as well as their origins, and also the mysteries of Skull Island. We can also expect to find out how these mythic creatures were created, and how they became tied to humankind. We'll see what's going to happen in the period that's coming. Unlike Marvel Cinematic Universe, or DC Extended Universe, which are releasing a couple of movies a year, MonsterVerse cannot afford such a luxury, and they must be cautious in every move they take. We hope that they'll bring the best story with the best visual effects like before. Until we hear any new information, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Subscribe, like this video. Have a great night. See you guys. Bye.